Hello and welcome to another Verbling class. Tonight's class is on small talk. We'll get started shortly when students arrive in the class. Hello, Shan.
Hi, Simon. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How was your week?
It was quite hectic, and even today was quite pressure was there. But after return back from the office, I took a small nap, and it just refreshed me a lot.
I love naps. Aren't they awesome?
Yeah, it's a small nap, 30 minutes or 25 minutes.
I would like a nap myself, but I'm going to have to wait till this class is over.
So you have been doing a continuous class, one after another.
No, I've just had a busy day, that's all.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to having a bit of a nap or a break after this class. So I can't wait for that. Thank you for joining us, Shan.
Thank you.
Hello, Amp.
Hi, teacher. How are you?
I'm a little tired. How are you?
Doing well, thank you.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, why? You haven't been in classes.
Well,
The last day when I didn't get a spot was on Saturday. Sunday is my day off because I have to cook. I have to go to church. It's impossible to take classes.
oh, I
Yes,
see.
yeah, yes. I wasn't able to be in your class on Saturday.
Well, for me, I've been having a lot of private classes.
That is why.
Yeah, they've been taking all my spots. Can you believe that?
Yeah, most of the teachers are in the same condition. We are run out of teachers. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't worry. We're going to have a nice class today. It's sold out, but there's only two of you. Um, so it really is a conversation class, but we're going to be talking about small talk in general. Do you know what small talk is, Amp?
Yeah,
What is it?
just a talk without the importance, not too deep, just to break the the conversation because you are probably in a bank and it's or waiting for something. Yeah, it's an opportunity just for not being the mute.
Well, it actually serves several purposes.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
So let me tell you what I've got on small talk, guys. So small talk, there are rumors that it makes you smarter. Um, there was a study at the University of Michigan that found that friendly social interaction can boost our ability to solve problems. Plus, most of the times, it feels good. Okay? It opens our eyes, it allows us to talk about different things and pay attention to different subjects. Now, as many of you know, we're all social beings. We crave connection. That's why Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook, is worth billions. It's all about small talk. That's what Facebook is. It's an entire site almost dedicated to small talk. Small talk is how we connect to people both in business and in our personal lives. Now, there are many topics that are great for small talk. I want to know if you guys know what some of them are. Wellington, what are some good topics for small talk?
Here in Brazil, the climate, sports, football, mainly football. Football is the key for you to know different people and maybe close good deals. But other things, the climate sport is sometimes it depends, but it's a risky subject about politicians and so.
So very good. You picked two topics. Football, or sports in general, is a great topic. And the weather. The weather is also a great topic. Climate change? No, and I'll explain why later. Shan, what is another good topic for small talk?
Well, the news around the work, like did you join that meeting, or did you return back from the holidays, kind of thing. And the news, the very happening news is currently happening. So yeah, sports news.
Okay, so let's break that down. So asking people how things are, yeah, that's good. It's how are you? How are your family?
Yeah.
How is your vacation? Good. Current news, not so much, and we'll talk about why in a little bit.
Okay.
Carlos, what is a good topic for small talk?
It depends, sure. For example, is the person is all over their system. A good topic for small talk maybe could be about politics.
Politics?
Yeah, politics. They want they feel very good talk about politics. Talk about presidents. Talk about
politics is probably one of the
democracy.
worst subjects you could use for small talk. But I'll explain why in a little bit. So we wouldn't want to use politics.
For
Asma,
example,
what's a good topic for small talk?
talk about.
Sorry, Carlos, it's Asma's turn.
Okay.
Well, I think work is the best one to talk between friends, to talk about work, about responsibilities, about what they do at work or what they have as a change. I don't know, maybe schedule, maybe. Yeah, I think work. Also, I think celebrities. They can talk about celebrities.
Okay. All right, so celebrities or movies, TV shows. Yes,
Yes.
definitely one of the best topics. So movies and TV shows and anything related to that.
Yes.
Work? Not really. Now, you could always ask somebody, oh, what do you do for a living? Oh, what does that involve? Do you like it? It can be okay, but it's not one of the top topics, right?
Yeah.
Especially not for a deep dive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what about you? What's a good topic? Have we covered all the good topics?
Food?
Yeah, food. Who doesn't love food?
Ice cream.
Okay, so guys, here are the number one topics for small talk. Sports, movies, weather, TV, food, photography, or anything hobby related. Could be collecting stamps. Just asking somebody what their hobby is, or what do you like to do with your free time. In fact, asking somebody what they like to do with their free time is a lot better than asking them what they do for work. Okay? You're looking for anything that can help you find common ground. Why? Well, in business, creating those social interactions or friendships is beneficial. It helps create alliances. It helps you connect at work to get well known and to create a network, help you advance. In a social scene, it helps you in a dating scene. It helps you find a mate and friends. So what topics are bad for small talk? Now, I said politics isn't a great topic of small talk. Let's see if you guys can identify some other topics that are bad. Wellington, what's a bad topic for small talk?
Religion.
Yes, definitely religion. Shan, another topic.
Asking personal informations.
Anything personal, yeah, don't get too personal. Carlos, another topic.
Health.
Yes, health is very personal, but even health topics not about a person. Yeah, great topic to avoid. Okay. Asma, what's another topic you should avoid?
Politics. Sometimes they end up to an argue.
Already said politics. Something else.
Something else. Maybe family or wedding. Something connected to your personal life. Yeah.
Don't get too personal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
AMP, bad topic. All right, you can't think of a topic, AMP? Let me try a few. AMP, how much money do you make? Or AMP's not there. But money, obviously. Don't get too personal with money. War, death. So what is small talk about? Well, it's about things that are what we consider inconsequential. They don't matter. They don't really affect us too much. Movies, TV shows can be a very good outlet. Things we should avoid, anything that are serious topics. Topics that matter, topics that people have opinions on, like politics, religion. Keep in mind, we're talking about small talk, especially when you just met somebody. You don't know them well enough to start talking about politics. Now, if you're at a convention for one political party, then small talk takes on a different connotation, doesn't it? Because everybody there is in politics. Okay? I'm kind of talking about a situation like this where most of you probably don't know each other. So this is where it gets fun. I'm going to actually start having conversations with you guys. We're going to do it for just about a minute. Let me get my timer going. And I'm going to start with Wellington. And let's see how this conversation starts, and I want your opinion after it. Hi, my name's Simon. What's your name?
My name is Wellington, and so I am Brazilian. And you?
Oh, wow. Well, I'm British and Canadian.
Oh, good. You are the first Canadian that I know. Nice to meet you.
Well, it's my pleasure, Wellington. It's good to meet you. Do you come to this class very often?
Yes, sometimes I am here because I like the teacher, the style, and so I think my English is improving, and so good too. I think you like.
Well, it's great. I love to learn myself as well, and I enjoy this class as well.
Oh, good. Yeah, I think it's through study English through Verbling, and it was a good acquisition.
Thank you. So, Shan, how did I start the conversation?
with greetings.
Yeah, introductions. Introduce yourself.
Yeah.
If you're the one starting the conversation, hi, my name is. How are you? Or what's your name?
Okay.
Right? It's a good way to start. Shan, let's try it with you, okay? Only I'll let you try it this time. So for a minute, let's try some small talk. Let's do introductions.
Hi there. I'm Shan. How are you?
Hi, Shan. I'm good. My name's Simon. Where are you from, Shan?
Basically, I'm from India.
India. Wow,
Okay.
that's a large country.
Yeah, that's right. But recently I moved here, and do you stay here?
Well, I live in Canada.
Okay, so are you in vacation or you just going to meet someone?
Well, I came here for the class and I wanted to improve my English, my grammar, and I do a lot of writing, so I thought I could learn. How about you?
I work in a IT company, so it's my job that's bring me here.
Wonderful. That sounds great. So do you like it here?
Yeah, I like it very much, very much. And what about you? Like I heard lots of things about Canada. Is similar to US?
I'm sure many of them are true and some are not. Thank you, Shan. All right,
Thank you.
now I'm going to try the same with German. German just joined us, and German, we're practicing some small talk. So I'll go ahead and start since you just arrived. We've got a minute. Hi, German. How are you?
Hey Simon, I'm good. Nice to see you.
It's good to see you as well. It's been a long time.
Yeah, a couple of weeks, I think.
I
How
know,
have
I
you been?
know. I've been good. I've been busy with work, busy with family, and I've been reading. How about you? Anything been keeping you busy?
Yes, I'm in a job process with a lot of interviews. I'm a little tired about that because I had many interviews with many people, and they are not funny or fun, in my opinion. They are very
No,
serious always.
it's a lot of work.
Yeah, and it's a little stressing, and you have to pay a lot of attention and have a good behavior and try to be smiling all the time. And I think it's hard.
You know
I
what?
don't
It
like
is
interviews.
hard, but it's always that excitement of a new opportunity, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I saw your picture behind. It's
Thank you.
nice.
Yes,
Congratulations.
good transition. All right, thank
Yeah,
you, German. So
thanks.
my conversation with German was a little different. There's a sense of familiarity. We know each other. We've known each other for some time. So our small talk was about catching up a little bit. Now he talked about his job and his work, but notice how I didn't try to go into a lot of detail. I was keeping things light. All right, very good. Francisco.
Hi, teacher. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you, Francisco. Where are you from?
I'm from Chihuahua, Mexico.
Mexico, that's just to the south. Well, I should say it's not exactly to the south. You've got the United States and then Mexico. What's the weather like where you are?
It's nice, teacher. Right now, it's nice. It's a little cool, but it's nice for me. It's nice for me.
Are you by the coast or in the mountains?
Not. We are near to the desert. We share the border with Texas here.
Ah, Texas. Yes, that's a big state. I'm
Yeah.
surprised that you're saying it's cool because it's actually quite warm where I am. Is it normally cool this time of year?
No. Last night was raining a lot, so I think that's the cause.
Okay. Well, terrific. Thank you very much for joining us, Francisco.
Thank you.
Okay, so never met Francisco before, so easy to just go ahead and do brief introductions, find out about where the person's from, learn a bit. Again, don't get into the politics and all that kind of stuff, but he's telling me a bit about where he's from, where he borders, right? So, and that's a good way to find out a bit about the person and where they live. And that can lead into other things later on. All right, Carlos. Hello, Carlos.
Uh, Hi, Simon. I am Carlos. I am from Colombia. Would you know something about South America?
I do know a little bit about South America. I know Colombia's in the north, above Brazil. I'm from Canada. Do you know
But
anything about Canada?
yes, of course. I met Canada 2 years ago. I was there in a summer and was fantastic. I was in Vancouver.
Oh, Vancouver is wonderful.
Yes, of course. I loved that places. There are a lot of people from many countries. And tell me something about you. In your job, do you meet a lot of people from different countries?
Well, yes, because in my part-time I teach English, so I get to meet people from all over the world. And time is up. A good question, right? Small talk. Do you meet a lot of people talking about travel, talking about different cultures? Do you get to meet different cultures? And you notice how bit by bit we're getting to know each other a bit more, right? He was able to touch on something related to cultures that I'm quite familiar with. We could have probably talked about that for some time. And part of small talk is identifying that one topic where you guys can just find common ground on. All right, Asma. Hello, Asma.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Yeah, I heard that you are from Canada, yeah? If I remember very well.
Yes, I am from Canada, although I've traveled much of the world. Where are you from?
I'm from Tunisia, but currently I am living in Qatar.
Oh, wow, it's very, very hot climate, isn't it?
All right, yeah, it's very hot, you know. It's how can I say it? It's cool, warm, hot, but very hot. You know,
Yes.
so tell me about Canada. I think they are two opposite weather, yeah?
I would say so. We get very hot in the summer, not as hot as Qatar. We have 4 seasons, and I could keep talking, but time is up. Again, always encouraging somebody to talk about something instead of you doing all the talking. If you're not sure what to say, ask a lot of open-ended questions. Tell me about where you're from. What's it like?
Mm-hmm.
And you'll
Yeah.
find that conversations will go a lot smoother. You guys will notice at the beginning, I stopped talking. I was quiet. Asma kind of laughed a little nervous laugh, going like, oh, wait, I don't know what to do. Silence. We can't have silence.
Yes.
But Asma did a very good job there. And you're going to have silence every now and then. It's not a bad thing. What you got to watch out for, though, is don't talk too fast. Don't be afraid of silence. Because when that happens, you're not listening to each other. So don't be afraid of silence. All right, Amp.
Hello. What's
Hi.
your name?
My name is Simon. I'm from Canada. May I ask your name, please?
Yes, my name is Amparo. I'm from Ecuador. I live on the coast. Ah, did you have a nice hat? Do you like a lot the hats?
Hats?
Yeah.
Not so much. It's just that after a long day, sometimes I find it better to wear a hat instead of showing messy hair.
Ah, you don't want to comb your hair. It's easier to put a
Well,
hat.
I would need a shower to straighten out my hair at this point, so I don't have time for that before class. I have a baby I had to put to bed, and it's just like, what do I do with 10 minutes?
Yeah, I suppose so. I don't
You-
have baby, but I have nephews and nieces, and I know how they are.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Do you
Yeah,
want
but
children someday?
Oh, yes, in the future, in the far future, maybe.
Well done, Amp. Okay, so guys, there's a couple of examples of things that are great for small talk. Now, some of you I've met before, some of you I haven't. Oh, sorry. The problem with using my phone as my timer is I have to keep the ringer on so the timer works. So I apologize, I won't answer calls during class. Okay, so what we learned there is if you're meeting somebody the first time, introductions. As simple as, hi, my name is, and then may I ask your name? You can tell them where you're from. Now, what I want to do is I want to try a conversation where I give you guys 4 minutes of talk time. I know it seems a lot, but it won't be. If you guys really have trouble, I will jump in. But what I want you to think about is this. Start with conversation. Small talk, introductions, right? Start with your introductions. And then try to find out a little bit about each other. Hobbies, maybe. What you like to do with your free time. Okay, so try that kind of stuff. So I'm going to start with Wellington and Shan. And I'm not going to give you any more advice other than that. Let's see how well you guys do. You've got 4 minutes. Go ahead.
Hi, Sean. How are you?
Hi, Wellington. I'm good.
Yeah. Sean, where are you from?
I'm from India. And you?
I'm from Brazil. I live in São Paulo. Do you know? Do you heard about São Paulo?
Yeah, I heard a little bit, but it's a very famous for football, I think.
Yeah. Here we have a lot of clubs of football, and São Paulo, Corinthians. You know, Brazil is very famous. The Brazilian football. And India, what football is a sport that the people practice?
India, but yes, some part of the India is very famous for football. Basically, I'm from the eastern part, so it's popular, but in nationally, it's not that popular. The more famous sports is here the cricket. Did you heard about the cricket?
A little. I don't know the rules. I never watch a game, but it must be have to be very interesting because I know that a lot of people like it. And do you play cricket?
Yeah, I used to play cricket in my school time, and also I played football, but I haven't in touch for a long time. And cricket is very similar to baseball.
Okay.
The rules are a little different, but it's very similar to baseball.
Okay. Do you watch through YouTube? Do you recommend for me something that I can see, I can watch to know cricket?
Yeah, nowadays too many tournaments running, so you can just try online. There is one site called ESPN. They cover the cricket throughout the world, so you can just follow there.
Okay. How is the best? How is the best team of cricket?
Best thing, I think cricket is used to play for the 5 days. Now the format has changed. Now it can be played in 3 or 4 hours. It's called 20-20, 20-over match. So now those are very happening. Like the crowds enjoy a lot. There is cheerleaders, so you can follow that. It will be fun.
Okay, but who is the best team of cricket nowadays?
Hardly 9 or 10 countries play cricket there, and the leading is Australia. And second leading you can say the India. And
good. Okay.
So, what do you do in free times? Like, what are your hobbies? Sports.
My hobbies today is study English, but I like a lot of music. When I was younger, I play guitar and bass. I like every kind of all kinds of music and rock, local music, Brazilian music, R&B, and so always when I have time, I go out and to watch, to see live music. It's something that I need.
Oh, that's great. Great.
Thank you,
Do you
guys.
sing or?
Thank
Okay.
you. All right. Well done. Now, one thing I want you guys to pay attention to is when the other person's talking, don't be thinking of what your next question is. Just listen. And quite often when you're getting to know somebody, one of the last things they say might be of interest to you, and then follow up with a question on that. So for example, when Shan was talking about cricket, one thing he said was, well, the rules are different between baseball and cricket. A good question would have been, oh, how are they different? Now, an interesting thing, when the other person does most of the talking, quite often they feel like they've had a successful conversation. I'm not saying you should let the other person do all the talking, but it's important to know this. So when you're talking with somebody, the thing you don't want to do is take all of the time, because when you do all the talking, people usually have a negative first impression. All right, German and Francisco, you guys also have 4 minutes. Go ahead, please.
Hey Francisco, how are you?
Hi, German. I'm fine, and you?
I'm fine too. Where are you from, man?
I'm from Mexico.
Oh, nice.
Where do you live, German?
I live in Santiago, Chile.
Ah, okay. It's nice.
Yeah, Francisco, tell me, which one is your favorite superhero?
Superhero is Superman.
Superman. Oh, I prefer Batman.
Ah, okay.
Why? Tell me why Superman?
Well, I think Superman. I think is the most powerful man in comics that I have read. It has a lot of powers, even most than Batman. And you, why do you prefer Batman?
I prefer Batman or Iron Man because they are normal guys. They are also millionaires and success, but they don't have superpowers. I think that Superman is like a winner, it's like a god, and it's easy for him to be a superhero because he can win every battle, every war. But the other guys, they have to use their mind, their intelligence to win. Don't you think?
Have you heard that it is going to be, well, maybe next year is going to we are going to have a new movie, Superman against Batman?
Against Batman, yeah. I want to see that movie. And you?
Yeah, I'm going to see it too.
Do you like movies?
Yeah, I go to the movies every week with my daughter,
Every week?
with my wife. Yeah.
Oh.
Do you like movies?
And which one is your favorite? Yeah, I like it too. Which one is your favorite genre?
Yeah, well, I like a lot of movies like Ben-Hur, Titanic, Avatar, so forth. And you, what kind of movies do you like?
Oh, different movies. I like some old movies like Godfather and others. And also new movies and comedies or maybe stupid movies sometimes or action movies. I like movies in general and also some weird movies like David Lynch movies. Have you ever seen a movie from David Lynch?
No, not really. The last
Oh
one
yeah, they
that I
are
saw.
very weird.
Okay. The last one that I saw it was the 33. I'm
Which
talking
one?
about the miners, about
Ah, the
with Antonio
33, yeah,
Banderas.
from my country, yeah.
Yeah.
And how is it? It's good?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's an amazing movie. It describes how all the miners suffer, but they could um, go to the super well. They didn't die, so he made it.
Yeah, he made it. I think it's a very emotional movie. Maybe
Yeah.
with I like Antonio Banderas in acting performance. I think he's a great actor. And you? Do you think the same?
Yeah, I love him. I like a lot Antonio Banderas.
I remember a time ago a movie, an Spain movie called La piel que habito. In English, maybe.
Thank
Excellent
you.
movie.
Time is up. All right, well done, guys. All right, next it's Carlos and Asma. But before you guys start, keep an eye out for this. There was at one point where a question was asked, don't you think? And the other person didn't hear it and just kept talking. Be very careful. If somebody asks you a question, always give them the time to answer that. You can always take your answer and transition into the next question you want to ask. All right, so Carlos and Asma, go ahead. You guys have 4 minutes.
Hi, Asma. I am Carlos. I'm from Bogota. Where are you from, Asma?
I'm from Tunisia. Nice to meet you.
Thank you for asking. What do you do in your free time, Asma?
Oh, now I'm focused on learning English. I like to
Ju-
improve my English, so that's why I'm here. And you, what about you? What do you like to do in your spare time?
Oh, also, I want to spend my free time learning English. I have doing that for more or less 1 year, 1 year and a half. But where did you learn English? Just by internet, or did you do another things in order to improve your English?
I know this one, I learn English in my spare time, but actually I work, even though it's not related to my work, but I like to learn a new thing every day, even though it's not related directly with my job. And what about you? Do you work? I can't remember, we met before, but I can't remember what you do.
I work as a financial chief in a pharmaceutical company, but unfortunately, I don't have the opportunity to practice English there because it's a national company. So my other way that I try to learn some English is going to some pubs on weekends and meet some people, and of course make some conversation in order to be more fluent. But
Mhm.
I don't in your job you can I don't know, send some emails or do some presentation in English.
I can't hear you very well. Can you repeat, please? Can you repeat your question?
I you have the opportunity in your job to send some presentation.
I can't hear you. I don't know if teacher, can you hear Carlos? Because I cannot
No,
hear
I'm
you.
having the same problem. Carlos, your connection is really bad, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do now, since there's only a minute left for you guys, um, I'll. Well, I hate to end it. Carlos, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher, of course.
Okay, that's better now. Do you want to
Yeah,
continue, Asma?
yeah, no problem. Yeah. Yes, Carlos. Yeah. I missed your last question. What did you
Okay,
say?
I wanted to know
Yes.
that if you have the to send some emails or make some papers or do some presentations or listen something in English.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, because I work for federation, sport federation, and sometimes I have to send some emails in some journalists in English For example, to invite them to attend a press conference for a tournament, or sometimes also I do the trophy presentation, so I have to present in English.
Thank you,
So
guys.
yeah, I use, but it's I think that's all.
It is time. I told you 4 minutes would go by quickly. All right, next we have Anna and Amp. Now, Anna's kind of missed a good portion, so I'm not going to give Anna an update, but let's see how the small talk conversation goes with only one person being aware of what's going on. All right, Amp and Anna, you guys have 4 minutes. Go ahead, please.
Hi. Nice to see you.
Nice to
How's
see you
it
as well.
going?
Doing well, thank you. Why, you have a nice picture in your profile. Do you like
Thank
to
you.
practice water sports?
Yes, I really enjoy paddleboarding and snorkeling a lot because I live by the ocean.
Mm.
But
And
it depends
it's
on.
easy? Is it
Yes,
easy
it is easy. It is
to be
easier.
on the just
It is easier.
oops,
Uh,
what is that? Yeah, to have the balance on the board.
sure, it is easier than it looks like. What about your hobbies? What do
Well,
you enjoy?
I am bad with sports. I don't practice any kind of sports, but I like to watch just tennis on television, just the principal tournaments.
Like what?
The Roland Garros, the US Open, just the principal ones.
Okay, cool. And do you watch in English or in your own language?
That depends on. Sometimes it's possible, yeah. When I have enough time, I just I just prefer to listen to the audio, the original audio, and in English. But yeah, sometimes it's just there are just narrators from Latin America. Yeah, it is possible to use to listen to in Spanish.
Uh, and what about English? Do you think it is one of your hobbies? Because
Yeah,
once you brought up something
yes,
like
I,
that.
I consider that English is one of my hobbies. I've been trying to learn the English for a while, and yes, I can spend the time just without noticing that I spend more than 5 hours sometimes just reading articles or just watching a movie in English or just in classes. What about you?
How
How many hours
how
do
long?
you?
I've been using almost all my free time recently to
Mhm.
learn English.
Yeah, but did you learn it before in an academy or something?
I know. Just when I was in the school,
Mhm.
and then uh, during college, I had problems translating the articles and so forth.
And
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 then
what
I
what accent do you prefer? The British or the American accent?
really I I don't know the difference honestly. I
No?
cannot see. No, sometimes I can, but most of the time I cannot realize. I
Really?
cannot note see. Sorry.
Yeah, well, I cannot establish difference in between Canadian people and American people, but in between British and American accent, yes, I can notice the difference.
And which one do you prefer?
Well, I think British sounds nice, but for me, it's too difficult to try to imitate it. I think the American is more open to learn, maybe because we are more single like with movies.
Oh, thank you very much. Lovely. So, I lost my connection and I couldn't get back in, but thankfully I made it in time. Well done, ladies. So as you can see, small talk isn't that hard. Now, when we're at work, it might go a little differently. Maybe we won't talk about movies so much, but keep in mind, in the office in North America, 40 to 60% of all conversation is small talk. We start conversation with small talk. We don't just jump into, hey, I need your help, right? Could be anything. But the topics I told you about are really, really good. Now, as somebody said earlier, you can talk politics. Well, if you're at a political convention, politics is a good idea. If you're at a software convention, then talking about code and computers and smartphones is a good idea. Know your environment. At work, well, if you're new to a role, just ask somebody, have you been with IT for very long? Or have you been with finance or another department for very long? What kind of work do you do here? Oh yeah, that sounds interesting. What do you like about it? Right? Always consider your environment. I think you guys have done a great job. But class isn't over yet. We've got about 15 minutes left. Well, a little under 15 minutes. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of you, and 2 is 16. That's not enough. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give each of you about a minute, and I'm going to ask you some questions. Wellington, let's start with you. Wellington, what do you think about small talk? Do you like it, or is it annoying?
Sometimes it's good. I know that some people don't like, but in some ways it's very useful if you are new in a job, if you are traveling for another country, and so it's a good tool for you to know people, and yes, I like. Sometimes it's annoying, but in general, it's very useful.
Okay, good. Yeah, it can be useful, and well, it's very useful. It's a skill good to have.
Yes, yes. But sometimes, for example, for me, I don't like football. So
Well,
talk a lot about football annoy me.
I don't like football either, but how are the New York Yankees doing tonight? I am very interested in baseball right now.
White Sox game is scoreless in the top of the third inning.
I really hope the Yankees lose because that's better for the Blue Jays, my team, which is doing well this year. So yeah, but you can just say, oh, I'm not really a big fan of football. There are other sports that you like, right? Yeah. It's always good to sort of just try some other things instead of just going, I don't like that. That's not very social or friendly, right?
Yes.
All right, Shan.
Yep.
Do you like small talk?
Yeah, I like small talk.
Why?
It's a good tool to just connect it with your colleagues and your acquaintance. And you as Wellington said, that if you join the new office and you are not familiar with all your colleagues, so this is a small talk can help you to gel with them and interact with them easily.
Yeah. As I said at the beginning of class, we're social beings, so we welcome conversation. Now, I'd probably much rather talk about baseball right now, or the movie The Martian that I just read, but with a couple of minutes, we don't have enough time to really get into that, do we?
Yeah, we can just start, but I think, yeah, we don't have much time. That's
no, it's a good way for Shen to get the rest of the class, but then German might not be too happy as well as others. Thank you, Shen.
Thank you.
German.
Simon.
Don't you wish we could just have an entire class?
Sorry?
To talk about something, one topic, maybe talk about a movie or a book.
Oh, sorry, Simon, I couldn't hear you very well.
You can't hear me.
Now, yes, I can.
There you go. We're using up all our time just talking about what we can't and can hear. Have you read the book The Martian?
My book? No.
There's a movie coming out in a few weeks called The Martian.
Really? What it's about? It's about what?
Well, it's about Mars.
Oh.
It's about an astronaut that is stranded on Mars.
Oh, nice.
Based
Do you
on
like?
current... I do. I like it.
And do you like space?
I love the idea of space. I love the idea of exploration, but I would not want to go in space. What about you?
I would like to go, but I think that I'm not so courage.
Don't have the courage?
Yeah. Yeah, because it's very dangerous. You don't know what to expect.
Space is extremely dangerous. It's a harsh environment. Do you know that your blood boils at room temperature? Yeah, blood, every fluid, it just evaporates. There's a vacuum. There's no pressure. There's no oxygen. There's no food. Any water's frozen. Yeah. It's bad. But to find out about space exploration or watch others go into space, that very much I like. And this movie, for anybody who loves a good story, it's a good story. If you saw the movie Castaway about 20 years ago, well, this is a space version of that, only a lot less annoying. Thank you, German. Francisco, do you like small talk?
Yes, teacher.
Why?
Well, I think it's an excellent way to communicate to others. Maybe share something, some ideas. Because I think that everybody is connected in some ways, maybe with talking about sports, talking about habits, or talking about careers, professions. So I think this is an excellent way to break the ice and get in touch.
Yeah, it's a great way to get in touch. It's a great way to get to know people, and it's very useful at work. Yeah, all very good points, Francisco. Some of us here today didn't know each other. Some of us came in late. But each conversation that you guys had went well. I thought of having you guys have 2-minute conversations in 1 minute, but I find that longer ones help. In a way, I wish we could do 2 classes back to back, and one day I might do that. I might do Conversation Class 1 and Conversation Class 2, and as we finish the first class, we'll continue the conversation in the next class. I might do that someday. All right, Carlos, what do you think about small talk?
Simon, I think small talk is a great way to meet people. For example, new partners at the university, or for example, if something go to a certain meeting and meet people from similar profession, or maybe meet people for another area in their company. Small talk is a good way to, I don't know, cool the freeze, cool the ice, maybe. Would you hear me?
Very frozen. Oops.
That time it was with me. I hit the wrong button. All right. So thank you very much. Your time actually just ended at the right time. Asma, what did you think about small talk? Do you think it's a waste of time? Or do you like it? And I should say, what do you think about small talk?
Well, I think, yeah, it's a good way to know each other, especially when we don't know when people don't know each other very well. But also, it depends on the person that I have a conversation with. If I feel comfortable, yeah, I like to continue talking to him. But if I feel like it's annoying or something like this, no, I don't like to continue, and I feel like I don't like the smaller talk. Yeah.
Well, there are times like that, and sometimes when starting a conversation with somebody, they might seem very distant. And if that's the case and they just don't seem interested, don't talk to that person, right? You're not always going to connect with somebody. Thank you,
Yeah.
Asma. That's a very, very good point.
Mm.
Anna, do you like small talk?
Yes, I like, but I'm not good at it. I'm not good at pleasing people in English. I I try hard, but I
I
think I'm not.
disagree. I think you are quite good with AMP.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's just practice. You keep coming to classes all the time, Anna, and that's good. The more you practice, the more classes you attend, the better you'll get. And you are getting better. AMP will tell you that, because I know AMP's in almost as many classes as you, and I'm sure AMP can attest to how you're improving.
For sure.
See? AMP,
Yeah.
what do you think about small talk?
Well, I think it is a good way to start a conversation, and probably you can continue with in touch with this person. But I am not good breaking the ice. If someone just start, I can be talkative. But if I can be with someone else in the same place, and I am never going to start. That's for sure. Yeah, it's probably people at the beginning are going to think, well, she's a really weird, or it's a little arrogant, but it's not the point. But when we start talking, well, people knows that I can continue the conversation. We can have a good conversation. But depends on the people
It does.
that you are talking to. Sometimes there are just people that is showing off all the time, so it's annoying.
Yeah, and keep in mind too, yes, there's different stereotypes or generalizations with the sexes. And some women do feel uncomfortable starting a conversation, but keep in mind in business, this can be a way to help you connect better and network better. And in business, networking is very important. Okay, so to come across as friendly or how should you say, someone who's always there to help, who's always a solution-oriented person, is very important in business. Okay? Let me see, I'm seeing some comments here. Initiative, initiate. Yeah, initiating, well, that's what I'm trying to teach you here with this class, topics to start. All right? Next time I teach this class, I might try it a little different. I'm doing it next week. And what I think I'll do is I'll give you guys just a minute or two, and I'll take you through examples of good conversations and bad conversations. Awkward silences. And very long pauses like that. Yeah. We'll have fun next week too. Now tomorrow, oh my goodness, I only got 2 minutes left. This is funny. Well, that's good news because I've only got 4% battery life left. Tomorrow, I've got 2 classes. Unfortunately, one's a private, but the first one, I believe, is a game class. I like to have a game class on Friday where we do 20 questions. I am trying to, I was going to do a class every day this week, and I promised some of you that as soon as I checked my calendar, I got Victor booked a class, Jan booked a class, ton of people just booked classes, and I had no time left. So I will try to teach a class this weekend. I've got a private session on Saturday, but I'm going to try to teach a class on Sunday. I enjoy the classes. I really do, guys. So on that note, I wish each of you a good night. And I hope you learned
You
something
too.
today, and I hope you enjoyed today.
Take
Yes.
care. See ya.
Thank you, guys. Thank you,
Thanks.
Simon.
Bye, guys.